Hey, welcome to this week's episode of Two Cops in a Knot. I'm Fish.
Barnes.
And we're going to talk about this is a mobile edition of Two Cops in a Knot. We're at the Metro Diner in beautiful Delaware, the first state.
First state.
Home of tax-free shopping.
Woo!
Hello. Listen, anything you purchase here in Delaware is tax-free. So not only is it relatively inexpensive out here, it's also no taxes.
No taxes. Go figure.
This wasn't our intention for today, but I'm just curious. How does the state manage to do that? Any idea?
I have no idea. That's not my area of expertise.
But we're going to take advantage of it. We're going to, they have a gigantic Cabela's here. They have some luxury shopping. They have anything that you could possibly want to purchase. You can purchase here in Delaware. So shout out to Cabela's. We have some gift cards here. We're going to be giving them away. So you like and subscribe for your chance to win some Cabela's gift cards.
What other ones, bro?
We're only doing Cabela's on this one. This episode of Two Cops in a Knot. All right. We're here outside, actually outside a diner, getting ready to go in the diner. You know, we usually broadcast from a diner. Today we're trying something new. It's called Metro Diner. So not only will we be reviewing the food, we're going to talk about some of the topics that are in the news today.
And reviewing the waitresses.
Okay. For service. So the big thing today is 25% tariffs.
25.
On a couple of our trading associates. I won't even say partners. Would you say partners?
Well,
trading partners.
Canada is supposed to be one of our quote-unquote partners.
Our closest English-speaking ally.
Yeah.
Okay. So, now I'm not real versed on this. NAFTA. Remember when they passed NAFTA?
Yeah. Bill Clinton.
So that was a little crazy. If you remember, all of our vehicles go to DOT and they have strict road standards. But with NAFTA, well, we traded with Canada and Mexico with NAFTA, if I'm not mistaken. And their vehicles are not up to the same DOT standards as our vehicles. So it was like they were already ahead of the curve that way. You spend $40,000 for your rig that's all, brakes, airbags, what have you. And then you have our southern counterparts and our northern counterparts with a jalopy that's just barely on the road, but they're making money. Now, I'm not trying to take away from the drivers. I'm talking about the big corporations that are using these drivers to make money. All right, so we have NAFTA. That reduced tariffs, I believe. Made it easier for our closest allies. Is Mexico our ally?
Yeah, I would think that they've been quote unquote our ally, although when it came time to enforcing restrictions on the border, they've waffled. But yeah.
Well, did they waffle or did they go with what the administration had given us? Because they didn't waffle when Trump said, stay in place and we'll process you normally, whereas the Biden administration said, come on in, we'll get to it when we get to it.
Good point. Yeah.
So I guess we can, in the Afghan war, I've seen plenty of, I won't say plenty, just because I was in Kandahar, the Canadian contingent that assisted the coalition. But I do not recall seeing any Mexican troops.
Nope.
This is going to sound crazy, and I'm going to address it in the comments or later as I edit this out, but did the Mexican army help out with Iraq?
No.
You didn't notice any when you were over there? I can't say that I noticed any Mexican army over in Iraq either.
Not even in any support phase or any. Remember, we had a bunch of third world nationals that, bid on contracts, came over and.
Excuse me. TCN.
There you go.
Third country national, sir.
What did I say?
Oh,
wow. You knew what I meant. We speak the same jargon. You know what I meant, right?
I don't know what he's talking. I don't know what he's talking about. Yes. So our backup non-mission essential, non-combat essential, was made up of mainly Filipinos. We could call them an ally of the U.S.
Yeah.
Bangladeshi, Indians, that part of Asia.
Some African.
We had big shout out to the African coalition that was over there. I good friends with some Ugandans.
Yes.
So
a lot of the Ugandans.
they supported us on our mission over there. I even saw some Mongolians. That was interesting. Mongolian army or Mongolian military. I didn't want to stress them out by staring at them or what have you, but I went to one of the international chow halls in Iraq, and I saw some Mongolian soldiers. But I just do not recall seeing any Mexican soldiers. I do recall seeing some like El Salvadorians on outside the wire runs. They were doing some PSD, personal security details. They were hired by some British companies, but the American PSDs, we had mainly South Africans running some of the PSD teams. So that was interesting. Okay, so we got off. So tariffs. So I'm just trying to see who our partners were in this world are as far as Americans. And why are we imposing tariffs on Canada, by the way? That part I'm unclear of. What are they not doing, to the best of your knowledge? Now, mind you,
I think this is a pressure play. Trump has already said what he would like to do. He would like to make Canada 51st state. Okay?
Okay.
He recognizes that financially, Canada has been struggling for the last several years. And with the current administration, Trudeau, and how he's managing financially the country, he's on a crash and burn. Trump sees this. And he recognizes, because this is a border country, if they go down, we are going to suffer also, because you're going to have mass migration across the border into the U.S. That being said, why not unite both territories under one flag, under one economy, and whatever financial sanctions are imposed on other countries, whatever benefits come to the U.S., they can be shared with Canada. And strategically, acquiring Canada is very, very good, very smart. So I believe this is the push to acquire Canada. If Canada goes down the tube, their economy, it will severely affect the U.S. Our northern border, although right now is not the strongest, it'll definitely be more compromised because of Canada's failure.
So I guess I'm kind of opposed to making them a state.
Why is that?
Because they're healthcare. So they have universal health care, I believe. They have
that may be a bonus up for the U.S.
So you're saying, how about a territory? Treat them like American Samoa,
that's too close.
Or the Virgin Islands.
They're too close.
Too close?
Make Trudeau a governor. Make Canada, hey, you know. Now the real strategic question is, How do you share your military power with Canada? What troops will be utilized in Canada?
So we would just,
Build
thankfully, there's no language barrier. We will just take over their existing military infrastructure and integrate them into our program.
That's a hurt.
Well,
that's a hurt.
So,
That's
like
a
I
hurt
said,
piece.
they were over with us in Afghanistan, and
I never
the
seen
Canadians have some capable military personnel.
Oh, okay.
So it wouldn't be like
Ups to Canada.
adopting someone who has no military bearing, and they speak the language, so the colloquialisms and the idioms are basically understood. So rolling them into
Under US
support and getting them up to speed should happen relatively simple if we were to integrate the Canadians with us.
I'm surprised. You just said something that made me think. We have joint military exercises with all these other countries, and we've never had one, to my knowledge, with Canada.
So I have to get some of my 10th Mountain to chime in because they're up in that Fort Drum area.
Right.
I am unaware of any joint Canadian military exercises off the top of my head, but I'm sure we can find out. Stand by. I'm Fish.
Barnes.
We're signing off from this week's mobile edition of Two Cops in a Knot. Be safe out there.
Peace.
You want to go? Here we go. Two Cops in a Knot. We're getting ready to go get it in at the Metro Diner. Tax-free Delaware.